Hello everybody, welcome to the show. BFS topwater fishing, catching some largemouth bass. Oh, that's large, isn't it? Buckle up and hang on, let's go. Got the rain coming. We gotta see if we can beat the storm. Let's do it. Okay, something hit just out in front of us now. I at least, right there. I'm gonna try to put together a little topwater video for you guys before we get knocked out of here. I'm hoping it clears off enough. I'd like to fish. It's 7 a.m. I'd like to fish till at least 10, 10:30, 11. But that may not be a possibility. We're going to see. I'm just throwing this because this is, at the moment, is probably my most capable true ultralight BFS setup. It's not my best all-around setup because of the little lightweight rod. The reel's plenty capable, but the rod is definitely super ultralight. But I've also got all kinds of new gear coming kind of over the winter, and I'm kind of trying some few last minute things. You can tell the aldebaran looks a little different than it normally does. I got a different, actually I think I switched the handle to a little thicker one. Just looks better, doesn't do anything differently. I think it's 80 millimeters also, but then that leechy style for the single lifestyle. So I do not recommend aluminum knobs. If you're a guy that will switch out, oh, there's a hit. These are perfect for everything other than cold weather. Once that weather gets cold, anything your hands touching that's metal, metal just will put that cold into your fingertips like you wouldn't believe. You want like EVA. EVA is the best, or at least you want a plastic, you know, soft touch type knob in cold weather. You know, 55 degrees and above, probably not a big deal. Anything below, you know, if you've got the cool fancy aluminum handles, or knobs, I mean, not the handle don't matter, but the knobs, I recommend, you know, at least on, if you're going out fishing in the cold, just switch them out during those trips, for sure. I had a good hit right there. None of this footage will make it because I didn't catch a fish. Alright, I'm going to switch over to our favorite, and then we'll get on with the show. If you guys remember, I just picked this up from Charles, and I've done a lot to it. It is not, the rod is perfectly fine out of the box for true ultralight. The reel, not so much, but the reel's fine for just general everything. Well, I took that reel apart. Well, I say it's fine for everything, but it's got some issues, and I worked on them. I got this button. I actually put a little tape to get it to height I like. I took out one of those springs. I sprayed out the bearings. Put some BFS oil on the spool bearings. And just, I think not only did I make it look better, I think I made it, just give it that little touch what it needed to work as good as it needs to. Let's see if we can get this fish in. Oh, I added the drag clicker. You hear that? Added that. I might have that drag a touch loose, but here he comes. He's a little guy. But that's the fun of this. And I do have, Charles says it's 10 pound, but it is thin line. Like, I'm afraid to even lift this little fish up in there without, I'm going to do it. But that is thin line too. So I got that drag pretty loose. Now I should be able to pick up to a pound bass with the line. You know, even if it's like 6 or 8 pound test, but it's very thin. What do you think? I don't know if it's so dark, I don't even know how much of this will make it on. Do it. All right, let's turn this guy loose. Do I need a pick? Nah. He's a jumper? Sure he is. Let's get right back to it. Right over there, I'm gonna try to hit. Oh, right there. And I have to admit, with this, I call it an 1/8 ounce. I want to say it's 4.1 grams, so it's close to an 1/8 ounce popper, or any of them baits in that range. This is an awesome setup. 16th ounce, it'll throw it. It's not quite as accurate. And that's pretty much all it comes down to. The spool is just not still light enough to accurately throw like 16th ounce, you know, 1.5, 1 gram, 1.5, 1.7, you know, those light baits. You can throw them, it's just, it's going to have a little drag to it. There we go. This setup is working real good. Now I do have the drag. I'm going to click it 1 click tighter. I just went 1 tighter because I can tell as easy as it's releasing. If I get it, these little ones, as you see, it's hooking them and it's fine, but I want a little more hook setting power is why I'm loosening that drag a little, or tightening it a little more. If I do get a big one hits this thing, I want, even though those are little hooks, I want to make sure they stick a bigger fish good. A lot of times it's a little harder to stick those. You need a little bit better hook set. So anyway, a little quick BFS Topwater Kastking Zephr video for you guys before the freaking rain gets me. If I catch something decent, I'm gonna get a pic. It's actually starting to feel hot now. When I first got here, it was a chill. There's like a humid feel in the air, but it is sprinkling. I'll probably leave the hoodie on. I don't know. Let's go see if we can catch. I think those stumps. There's some grass right there. I think this area should be holding more bass. Now I do have backup baits. I know I talk about backup baits. Sometimes there's a time and place for them. If you just want to have fun, just topwater fishing and the bite is on, you know, keep moving along. But if you're wanting to like not pass up any fish, like you're wanting to catch everything as you're going, you see that little hit? Then, you know, say I'm done here, I cast another couple times, I don't actually get anything taking this, I want to throw that worm right there. I want maybe even throw it on either side of this stump, because there could be a big one out there that's just, this is a little deeper. We're in 5 foot of water. He could be out here. He's there. He's either already kind of ate a little or he's just not ready yet. But if you throw that worm right in his face, game on. And I may try to show you that real quick. Because as much fun as I like having on topwater, well, that was a good cast. I had to kind of cast over the tree. It was kind of weird. But as much fun as I like having topwater, if I'm just catching these little dinks like you're seeing, quarter pounders with cheese, and I get a chance, or I think there may be a big bass there, don't think that I don't anyway. I set that, you know, super fun ultralight setup down, and then I take, which is still a fun setup, I take something like this, throw it right by that stump. Because if he was up there active, he would probably be up there hitting that. And we're trying out the clamber today on my, this is now my, so far, favorite setup for the shaky head, just what I got on it. I like the rod for the shaky head, and this, I like this combo, fits real nice. It's pretty much perfectly balanced. Now, since I've already got it out, I'm gonna throw on that side. I don't give it long. I mean, if they're there, there should be there. This ain't like a set all day. This is just get it close to them. See, like right there, I'm within 6 inches of that stump. I did this side, I'm gonna do this side. If he's there, they should take this worm. I mean, it's not like it just set forever, but it's just try it, hit it. Maybe, maybe not. Keep on working. Now here, right in here's where I did get the hit. So right in there somewhere. So I'm gonna work that worm just a second right there. And then I'm not even gonna throw a topwater again because I threw it a few times, I threw the worm, then I'm gonna start going down the bank. And I'm gonna start going down the bank. Now that guy could have possibly even caught a topwater again. I was manhandling him. This is a lot stouter. It's still a light version and considered BFS, but it is night and day difference in power compared to it to these little super ultralights. Booyah! Backup bait. You're supposed to catch something big, and I'm just got this color just because it's kind of. If the sun was out, I would probably have like on a more natural color, but. And always throw back one more time just to make sure, because there's something there. I would probably have on a more natural color, but that copper truce, anytime that there's just something changes and it's not clear daylight, no matter what color the water is, I think it's just because that kind of chartreusey colors just kind of glow more. Come on. Man, you know, you guys know what I want. I want that. That's a little bit. That is little. I want that. I don't want this. I mean, it's all right. I'll take it. But what I'm wanting is that huge. Look at that little dude. A little bitty bass will hit these little poppers. Well, they'll hit any of these little. A bait that size, roughly, all day long. A little bitty fish, a little bass, a little bluegill too. So nice, man. Oh, yeah, it's getting nice. I was just saying, I'm looking around like, wow, man, this is like, it looks nice. It's a perfect, oh my goodness, get up here. That is not a big fish. I still just dragged maybe a little too loose. I mean, it's a nice one. It's the biggest I think we've caught today, which isn't saying a lot, but look at that rod, and my hand's shaking, it's shaking. The fish got some power. That little dude has got me hooked up. Oh no. He's got me wrapped around my other rod. This is a nightmare. Get, I got him. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got him. Look at that. Oh! Because, and I hate to talk on it because then I'll start losing fish. Because this little bait right here, and I'm trying to keep it from hooking me. That little bait right there, give him a kiss. It's legit. Those hooks, they stick in there when the fish grabs it. Like you've seen some of them hitting at it, swatting at it. They just flat out stick him. You see, I think both them hooks were actually on the outside of his mouth. But he wasn't coming off because they had him. And they're like in there. And when you're dealing with lightweight line, you're not horsing them anyway. That is like game over, right? I'm telling you. But I tried that other color. Now right here. Oh! That is totally, that was a bad cast. I screwed up and I tried an overhead, and I've been casting all morning with the sidearm, and my overhead was horrible. Let's try another sidearm. There we go. I don't want to hit the trolling motor because I'm already close, but we are just, that is not the fish. And maybe it was, but I don't think so. That is not the fish. I am going to back up though. I'm going to hit this spot good, because when you see that happen, there could be a lot of fish up there doing that. It could be a bunch of them that were pushing me over. Folks, flip this guy. Come on, don't break nothing. Hooked in the bottom lip. I definitely don't like that. I still like to try to lip them when I can. Okay. Hold off, rain. I hate to talk about it, but man, the rain has actually been it's just a light sprinkle. I'm still recording with you guys. No fear of anything getting wet. I got my emergency poncho, but I just passed across top of the fish. There should be some topwater fish everywhere. Oh, right there, got him. Oh, this drag is loose too. I'm gonna have to go. Well, this is the super ultralight that I've already broke once with 10-pound test, and you guys will never guess what line I put back on it. Yeah, you guessed it. But this time I loosened the drag up to where there's no way I can snap. Oh man, I grabbed that fish just in time. I felt the hook sticking in my back of my fingers. See, I told you, a more natural color catches them monsters, man. Let's make a long cast. Way down. Oh, I hit the piece of actual something that was sticking out in there. Oh! This drag is way too loose. But I guess if it works. I always say the drag's too loose, but then so far, sticks the fish. That guy's hooked over. I'm afraid that may be everything that's chasing all these little ones are these guys. The little bait are chasing the bait up along the bank. Because normally if there's a bunch of little guys like that little, I don't catch any big ones. Ooh, especially this little. I don't catch any big ones. Look at that little dude. Wow. Smallest of the day so far. Wow, get back in there. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that there? He tried to smack me with that bait. Watch the little, I talk about it and I end up sticking myself like a few times every year. Those little guys will do more damage to you than the big ones because you're not paying attention to them. Look at that. That bait, he would have had a hard time eating that if that would have been a bug. Okay. I didn't really set out to get parallel with the bank like this. It just kind of the boat. Oh, that cast sucked. Oh, that cast was awesome. That cast was perfect, and now I find out this drag is too loose because that is a bigger bass. That's not a giant, but biggest I've caught on this rod and reel. Oh my God. Get out of there. Get out of there. That's a nice bass. I should be able, once I get him to the boat, I'm going to reach down and grab the line. I should be able to lift him. Woo! Look at that giant. We went from just in like a cast. Nice upgrade, huh? Little bitty guy to, that's a nice bass. I think I need a picture of that. I'll be right back. Aldebaran BFS XG 522 SUL. It's been broke and I fixed it, and we're gonna see if we get a jumper out of this little shallow water. It is broke, but it still works awesome. I know it's a little bitty fish. Don't get too excited about it, right? I'll try to see. Okay, can you guys see that from there? Watch this a little bit. Oh, hit the boat. If they just jumped, they wouldn't hit the boat, but he hit the boat. This is the time where we gotta take it. That fish wore me out. I gotta take a drink of my Diet Coke. Now, I need to catch a fish at least that size or bigger to get a good pick of this. I need a good pick, and I really need to track me down. I think I want a brown seat. I always end up setting a fish because I like setting in slime on my seat to get a pick. You know, it's nice and comfy. It doesn't hurt them at all. And when I do that, that white background, sometimes it's like a dirty, it's just sometimes not the best for the bass color. And a black seat would probably burn the crap out of me, you know, out in the sun. I think like a light brown. I need to find like a light brown cushion seat. I wanted a camo one of these, but they didn't have one. A camo boat with a brown seat, man, I'd be kicking it then, wouldn't I? Yeah, sure I would. All right, let's catch a big bass. Watch this cast. All the way, oh, that was a good cast. The wind blew the line right to where I wanted it. Now all I gotta do is work along that grass line. That wind blew that line right along the grass line. Like if it stays close to where it is, I'll be able to work that bait right, like even with the curve. Oh, come on, that was a perfect, you could not, the horrible cast, I was like, that wasn't a good cast, caught a big fish. The perfect, like, it just laid perfectly right. Nothing there. Tells me they're not really necessarily, the big ones anyway, aren't up in that grass. If you remember right, I had the one hit it like as soon as it hit the water, but those are little. The biggest fish so far, like right there, look at that. So yeah, I'd say right at the grass to about 4 foot out is just game on. Game on. Get a pick? No. No. Need bigger. Get bigger. And sometimes you wouldn't think, but them little hairs out of place, I call them hairs, but that little material not going pretty much straight sometimes can just make some fish kind of go, I don't know if I want that or not. I think that, I want them all down there. They're all kind of on one side. I don't know if that's evolved that way or started out that way. Oh well. You want, the straight is the key. When you drop that down, you just want them to go out. If one's like bent around, that's not good. Look out! That's not good. Okay. Tournament fishermen, they fish however long, and then a lot of them sell out there. You know, when they get an upgrade, whether they're sponsored or not, when they're ready to upgrade, they just sell off their whole lineup and then get the newest reel is out. There's no like saving. Some of them will save certain ones, or if they caught a huge bass, that kind of thing. But me, no, I don't save none of them. If I really want to save something, I give it to my son, because then he just holds on to it and he's got it. That's what the Aurora, one or both of them, he may have both of them, but the Edo 103M, he's got that too. Okay, I don't know. I've been ranting and raving here lately. I noticed I'm that guy now. I'm going to be 50 years old, and I'm that guy who will walk up and start talking to somebody, and they'll just leave because I'm still talking and they ain't interested in what I'm saying. You guys ever have that happen? Nah, probably not if you're young, but wait till you get older. You guys see how I'm using the old English, right? Like I'll cast and you'll see me do this or that just to get at that extra little, you know, few inches one way or the other, if it, you know, whether it be the wind or just me was off. A lot of times you'll watch me cast and pull it this way, or, you know, do something different. That's what I'm doing. Oh, he killed it. That was perfect. And you see, I waited. I didn't really feel him, but he took it, and then I gave it just a little bit, and then I set the hook. And they still, I'm going to get a pick, even though he's not that big. Still only had one hook in his mouth. I maybe could have waited a little longer. I need to get pliers. But that's how we do it, boys and girls. I'm going to get a pick of this fish real quick. I know he's not that big, but I just need to get a pick in case I don't catch anything bigger for this setup. We're back. I should have got a pick of that little tiny guy. That actually, he went back in the boat. Did you guys see that? I already released you once. Settle down. You're going to kill yourself in the boat. Oh my goodness. I tossed that fish in and he jumped right back in the boat. Watch him go this time. He hit the boat again. That fish is nuts. I know you guys didn't. I don't think it showed the camera down far enough. It was aimed far enough, but I tossed that fish and I just watched him like he, boom, hit the water and jumped right back in the boat. That was crazy. Oh well, what can I say? They're dying to get in this boat. That group. You guys, if you're not there, go there. Join that group. BFS, and then, you know, got in parentheses, bait finesse style fishing. So BFS fishing, but then you got the bait finesse style, bait finesse system, whatever. That's my favorite place to go. Now they got they got more subscribers. They got more people on that than we got here, sorry, at Bass and Bonsai. So they got 9,400 members. We've only got 7,700 members on Bass and Bonsai. So anyway, go there and tell these guys sign up on Bass and Bonsai. But that is my favorite, just to go all around, and for me anyway, best like resource to watch stuff. Like if you guys follow Raw Fishing, Jimmy, he's on there. I don't think the real test is. I don't know. I have to check. Actually, I have to check and have to recommend he go on there, because I know Hobie-Wan Kenobi, you're on there, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. But it's just an awesome place, you know. And like you got Alan Ang on there, like he'll put on a thing, because nothing against spinning guys, but that's why we use BFS. We don't like spinning gear. Not that we don't like people that use spinning gear, we just ourselves, it just doesn't work quite right. But some other places will have like both. It's just kind of like an ultralight fishing or bass fishing places. But he'll even comment on there about how that, you know, using spinning gear is not BFS. It's just not. You know, bait finesse, I think, stands for Baitcasting Finesse System. It's short, you know, bait finesse system is how it all evolved and all that. And that's just kind of what you've got to attach something to it. It's because it's a little different style of fishing. You know, just like flipping and pitching, you got to give it some sort of name. You're going up there and you're tossing it weird and pinpointing into things, so it eventually gets this name put on it. Just like, you know, cranking, deep cranking, crankbaits. So this is just a different style. There's no new baits. Anything you could cast with, you know, regular spinning ultralight gear, you can throw. Anything just a regular spinner, spinning reel that you struggled with normal bait casting stuff. That's why the whole bait finesse system came about, is to let you be able to use bait casting gear across the board. Any kind of fishing you want to do, even out like where saltwater needs little finesse type baits, but you want to be able to throw on a bait casting route. I mean, it covers everything. And they've kind of attached the BFS on it. But that place, in my mind, for like what I'm doing in the smaller streams. Like you got the kayak guys that are using this at, you know, small lake. Oh, look at that. Did you guys see it? Watch this. Right in there. Right in there. Right in there. Come on. Get on it. David just chasing something up there. Did you see that? Right in the gum. Oh, he had it. Oh, I hesitated. Don't think I did. He had it for a split second. I'm gonna make one. Oh, that something happened. It had a little mini backlash. I'm still not sure why. Maybe I just didn't pay attention how I cast. Let's try it up there. They're still up there. See them swirled? Let's just try to subtly, like we're wounded, like something got us, but we're still trying to get away. Right at the boat. Come on, I need. Oh, there it is. Got him. That wasn't right at the boat, but man, you could have been a lot bigger. It would have been nice if you were a lot bigger, but we'll take you, buddy. These, once they're this small, they don't really honestly put up a too big a fight. I will say this. This rod does not let a little fish put up as much fight as that 522. So if you're like, for me, the creeks, the very small stuff, that 522 would be your better overall for just pure fun if you're only catching little fish. But I think this rod will allow you that kind of fun, you know, takes a little bit bigger than that fish was, but kind of fun to being able to like hold your own with bigger bass. You're still going to just have to kind of hold on to them. You see that right there? We are like right in them. Oh boy, that is a little better. Oh my God, I got tangled up on everything. He is tangled up in my other rod. Now he's got two freaking, I'm going to hit this button. Oh my God. Just so I don't yank the other rod. Let me show you what I got going on. He went flying up, not his fault, my fault, and wrapped himself around the other bait. So he's very hungry. He's trying to eat two of these. We are drifted right in. It was right there where they're hitting. I'm like right in them. So I'm going to set this one down gently. I'm going to untangle this freaking nightmare I got going. All right, I'm back. That took forever. Let me explain what happened here. We're right there where they were. I'm drifting. You know, I've tried to be so freaking quiet. There's a stump right out in front of me. You won't be able to see it unless I move. You guys see that stump right there? And here's where the commotion was going on. I haven't moved the boat. The boat slowly drifted into here. What happened was, you guys saw that last thing. The fish had me caught. Tangled up mess. So I undid. Well, right when that happened, I was starting to talk about it, and I was going to untangle it. Battery goes dead in the GoPro. That is our first battery, by the way. Been here about an hour and a half. Okay, so that's not all. So then I decided, smart me, that I'm going to take one of those baits off and, you know, make it easier to untangle, because it was like a nightmare. Well, so then I was like, well, I'm gonna, and I looked down. I didn't want to spook anything. I haven't even hardly moved my feet, but I didn't want to definitely drop that bait, make a loud clunk, because I'm gonna try to get back in here. I don't know why I'm still talking about it. I should just be getting back in there. But anyway, let me explain what happened. Took a little bait like that, and I was like, ooh. The socks that I put on my reels, it was laying right where I was. So I was like, I'll just drop that bait on there. It'll, you know, soft landing, get back to doing what I was doing. No problem. Dropped it. Awesome. Worked out. Kind of got the tangle out. Well, I got to pick this bait back up off the sock. Not a good idea, because those socks, these hooks, it was all tangled up in the sock. Deep breath later, and a drink of Diet Coke. Switch out the battery, and we're here. And this is what we got. I'm going to slowly turn. I haven't even moved my feet. I'm barely turning, because I don't want to spook anything. Right in through here could be everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw right back over here. Probably not going to be anything, a lot of build up for nothing. But I'm going to throw right back on the edge of where that stuff is. And I don't want to even think about spooking them with the trolling motor yet. I'd like to be turning a little more where you guys see that stump, because I'm going to throw it in here in a minute. I don't know if you'll see the hit if I get a hit. But they could still be here. They could have been moved on around the corner. But this spot, and I'm going to throw in that gunk. Right at the edge of it. This, sometimes you have a big bass laying like under that gunk. But anyway, oh, there he is. Oh, all that buildup. You see? Took it. I watched the line go. I popped him. All that build up for nothing, guys. We're not done yet. We're not done. I'm gonna stop this. All that build up, we missed him. But I'm having fun. This is actually a blast. Okay, let's try it out there. I wish I could get this much action going on in my bathtub right here is what I got in this little spot. It's actually an area no bigger than a jacuzzi. I've been, last 15 minutes of my life have evolved around this little jacuzzi size area of water trying to get a fish. I caught one. All right, that ain't gonna, it's not happening. I missed my little opportunity with all the crap that took place to catch any more. Oh my God, look at this worm. He was over there just soaking in that gunk. Okay, I'm gonna throw him back. I'm gonna actually pull him just to this side of that stump. I'm gonna kill him. It's not that deep right there, I don't think. I think it's only like 3 foot. It may be more, but I think it's only about 3 foot at the most, right there. Oh, there's a hit. Got him. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good bass. That was worth it. I couldn't pull him up with the popper, but I threw that right at the base of that. I think that I'm gonna work the trolling. Actually, I need to throw back there. It could be a big bass. I need a pick, but I'll get a pick later. That fish is kind of scrawny looking. But caught him on the clamber. I feel they're worthy of the single lifestyle. This reel, I just think it, I don't know, something about it. I just for sure wanted to leave it, and I actually like the stock handle that comes on the clamber. Oh, that is a big fish. Get on there. Oh man, he looked way bigger, that swirl going to the bait. Still a nice bass. Definitely getting a pick of you, buddy. Get over here. He's only got one hook in him. Kind of horsing him. You want to jump? Look at him. Look at him. Would you look at him? This rod should pick that fish up, no issue. Let me get a pick, old buddy. Nah, I don't need a pick. He's a good chunk. Actually, that had him pinned where his mouth was like stuck open. His mouth was stuck open. Let's see if we got a jump. We're gonna do it a little different. We're just gonna do it a little different. You guys are gonna come right down here with me. We're gonna see if this guy will jump. Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah. Oh boy, did you guys see it? I don't know if I was holding the camera right. He jumped completely over one of my rods. All right, it's game on. I feel it now. I feel confident that we're gonna catch a big friggin' bass. Big. You guys hear me? You hear what I'm saying? Big. Now which one do I want to catch it on? That's the only question. Do I want to catch it on my newest combo, or do I want to catch it on what would probably actually be the hardest to get in the boat? My old standby, old trusty. This is a little, if you guys are just wanting like the lightest set, if you guys remember when the very first fish I caught with this was like a 2 pound something, I came out, actually it was here, I was over there, caught a big 2.5 pound bass, like right off the bat. I was like, whoa, with the crappie jig, I think. But if you want something very light, I'll show you the very light, compact, capable of, you know, going to little creeks and streams, but yet still, I mean, I don't know if I would 100% for sure, but still capable of pulling in a pretty big bass. This little combo right here is still a good little option. Oh, got him. Look at that big bass. Oh my God, he's a giant. Pulling drag. Not really. I'm pulling drag by reeling. Ooh, look at him. But no, seriously. Seriously. It will catch a lot bigger than this. But, did you see how much fun that little guy was? It's not like you can just crank them on in, especially you go lighter line. I typically don't go crazy light. I think it's only rated to 3, but I've got like 10 on it. That's why I broke it. But you can go, you know, if you're going somewhere where you know you're catching little fish, you know, to try yourself, heck, you can put 1 pound on it if you want and set your drag real loose. You know, follow my little guide on how to set your drag if you don't know how. You set a drag with 1 pound to 50 pound using that, you know, how I do it. I'm not going to go into it now. I'm going to catch big giant fish. but this is an awesome little setup. Now, my plan is to build another awesome setup. Let me tell you what I got going on, then I'm going to stop this little footage right here and we'll move on to another spot. But I've got the Black Knight 2s coming, and they're very small. They're not quite as light, but no, actually, wait a minute, they are. They're like as light as this. They're only 80 bucks, and as long as they cast as good or better, they don't even really technically have to cast as good. As long as they can beat these other rods or hold up to the other ones. What I'm going to try to put together is a setup. I just got to get I ordered the rod. It's just, for some reason, they haven't shipped it yet, and it's going to take a while from AliExpress. I'm going to try to put up another good little creek setup with one of those Black Knight 2s and the rock and roll, the Volin rock and roll rod, because it matches up good. And I fished with one Charles had. What it'll do is, I think it's a touch stiffer than this one, because it was like stiffer than the Kastking rod, and it looks as good in my mind. It looks as good, if not better. And I just have to see when I get the newest Black Knight on it and what it looks and feels like. But Charles, I was using it. If you saw that footage with the old original Black Knight, and it was actually a fun little rod to use, and it's plenty capable. Like, it's that next stage up, I'd say, from this, more like the Zephr as far as, oh, he had it. He took that bait under. I don't know how I didn't hook him. Like, he never grabbed it. He just, like, he was probably under sucking on it, trying to get it in his mouth, but he couldn't. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, that's a nice, going to be a nice setup for like what I'm doing now, or creeks and stuff. But then when you want to get serious, like you want to go shaky heading, and you want to go, more traditional, like bass type fishing, then I've also got another rod coming for that I plan on putting as long as the Black Knight 2s are good, I plan on putting one of them on there. So basically, if that bait stops pulling the pressure off, like instead of backlashing and poofing up, if the weight, like pulling, this outruns it, it doesn't give it a chance to unspool, it just stays stuck. It's hard to explain. You guys know what I'm saying? I think you guys know what I'm saying. Come on. I think it was right in there, wasn't it? Oh, there he is. Got him. There he is. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, I got to put that into my... Oh, man, he's pulling like a freight train. No, not really. That wasn't a bad fight. Good little... He was pulling hard there for a while. I was like, I'll just let him do his little pulling. Good little fight. What do you guys think? I need to catch a big fish. And that little bait gets him like right in the corner of that mouth. It's game over. There ain't no worrying about him getting unhooked. What do you guys think, man? Come on. Round of applause, maybe? Just catching these huge, giant bass right and left. Right and then left. They're all over. They're just small. I know there's probably a big bite going on, but it's probably not as fun as the popper. Maybe there's not even a big bite going on, but like right now, it could be with the big popper. There may have been several big bass just staring at this and not even paying no attention to it because it ain't big enough for them. But oh, these are hitting it, and they're a lot of fun. Now this one I do have the drag weight. I have the drag loose on this one for a different reason. I don't want to break that line because I think it's way thinner than what Charles said. I have the drag loose on the other one for a different reason. I don't want to break the rod. I know I have line that it's not going to break. That rod would probably snap because it has snapped before the line would. So, but I have the drag loose just to keep that from happening. So kind of loose. I'm running loose drags just in case somebody will be wondering, and that's why. But I was like, man, make them an 80 millimeter. I'll buy them all day long because, for the money, they were awesome. But in all honesty, that fish took it down as soon as it hit the water. Did you guys see that? You guys, I don't have to look back on this footage. I swear I never, like the bait hit and he just sucked on it, must have. I never saw or felt like what I thought of. Ooh, that's touchy. Now, if you don't high stick it, you can usually lift all of these little ones up. But if you bring that rod all the way, remember that. My tackle box that has my pliers and all that kind of stuff, guess where it is? In the truck. Because I was worried about rain. Okay. Got him. Uh-oh. Here comes a fish. Watch this. And I'm kind of also just seeing, and you'll be able to tell, maybe the video will show it, like which one do I end up just holding all the time? Is it this combo? Is it the Zephr? That, oh boy. Ooh, I'm gonna get a pick. Oh, I need a pick. Ooh, look out. Ooh, slow motion video. Pull him in the boat. Wow. About took my head off. Look at that. Let me get a pick up here. What was that? Oh, did you see? They're getting crazy. Yeah, so it's not tip heavy. Look at that action going on up there. We're going to get up there. You see all that craziness going on? I'm going to try it with this rod, just because it's going to be the most challenge. It's capable of, I think, reeling in a bigger fish than that 522, but it's got a thinner line. But I got the drag set. Oh, did you see? I just spooked one. I got too antsy. I could have caught a fish right there. I know for a fact. I watched it take off. I spooked him. But up here, oh, right there. Right there, that could be a bigger fish. Ooh, that's a nice one. He ain't no monster. But yeah, I'm going to slow down. See, this is where it's real shallow. We're only in like 1.5 foot water right now. Okay, we're going to, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good, boys and girls. Buckle up. Buckle up and hang on, because I don't know how much footage will make whatever, but it's only going to get better from here on out. I assure you. I don't promise you, but I assure you. We're going to catch a big fish. Alright guys, I'm getting frustrated. I'm going to actually put an end to this video. You guys just missed as I stopped and restarted the camera. A big blow up here of these. Not really a blow up, but these fish are pushing the little fish right up against the bank. Problem is now, in the last, I covered all that area. I know I made a call like I was going to catch a big fish, but they're not necessarily like they're not as interested in this stuff skimming across the top. So, but I'm not done. I'm going to put an end to this video. Thanks for tagging along. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. And click the bell. You'll see when I put out a video. But Bass and Bonsai, we're definitely coming to a honey hole near you. We're getting out and everywhere. Never hook your hooks like that. I just do it sometimes, like right now, just so I can let go of it. Man, they're working for that video. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out of here. Go Bass and Bonsai. And we'll see you around. I got big largemouth bass to catch. Oh, yeah. And I normally would throw this on the heavy, that 3/4 ounce. But I'm kind of at that point where I want to check my... And you can do these different ways. You can kind of give it the sense of like you're pulling it off the grass. Like that. I got a big fish. Oh, that is a big one. That's why start throwing the big bait. Stay on. I hear my clicker going. Big bass, boys and girls. I don't know for sure how big, but 4 to 5 pound range, I'm guessing. Not 3 pound. Oh, he's skinny. You need to... Oh, I know why you were trying to eat that now. That fish is so freaking skinny. That is probably 3 pounds. It should be 4. And this is the time of year they're probably just now really starting to wanting to feed up. Let's get over here where we can see him. You guys see that poor fish? Let me get it up here. I may even weigh it. I don't know. I want to keep it too long. Hold on. Hold on, girl. Jesus. Let's take a gander at this. I would go woo, but I'm honestly feeling sorry for this poor bass. I don't know what state of shape this place is in. The little ones, that's maybe just it. There's just too many little ones. I need to probably next year set out here early spring before anything spawns maybe, and just catch a lot of the little fish. It'll do a couple things. It'll get the little ones out of the way, plus it'll leave way when they do spawn. The little ones won't eat as much of the little stuff up. But look at that fish. Can you guys make out how scrawny this bass is? Big freaking mouth. Almost, you know, not quite. I got a big fist. Oh my God, that fish is scrawny.